What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna show you what my diet looks like when I am alternate day fasting. Give anybody that's new to the concept a quick rundown. Basically, alternate day fasting is where you only eat every other day. You spend a day fasting, you spend the next day eating, the day after that fasting, etc. I've been doing this for around a month now. I've really gotten to a groove with it and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. So obviously today I'm eating, so I'm gonna show you everything that I have. Let's go. And before we get to the food, I wanna give you guys a quick little physique update. Overall, I've been doing this around a month. I feel really good. My training feels good. My cardio feels good. I'm able to hold on to my leanness a little easier, especially in these holidays. And overall, I've gotten pretty used to the every other day thing. The first day, you get a little hungry. Once your body gets used to it, it gets pretty simple. So overall, feeling pretty good. But as of right now, it's been 40 hours since I've eaten. So I say we get to that. All right, guys, it is about 11 o'clock in the morning, which means that I haven't eaten for around 40 hours. So it's safe to say I'm pretty dang hungry. We got quite a bit of stuff laid out here. I'm gonna be making 2 different recipes from the channel. And I figure which better one to start with than the 1-pan breakfast skillet. If you have my cookbook, it is on page 36. I'm gonna start by taking some plain basic hash browns and I'm gonna weigh out 166 grams on a plate. Now I'm just gonna toss them into an oven safe skillet. And once they're in here, I'm gonna let them cook for about 6 to 7 minutes each side till they get a little crispy. Once they get close to done, we'll move on to the next step. Now that we got our hash browns nice and where we want them, I'm gonna scoot them off to the side. Then I'm gonna toss in my peppers and onions and let them cook down right alongside. And after a few minutes, we're gonna remove the pan from the heat. And now what I wanna do is go in and just mix everything together, get all this hash browns incorporated with the peppers and onions. And then once we got it all mixed up, I'm just gonna go with my spatula, flatten it out, and shape it to the bottom of the pan. I love making this recipe and cooking everything in one skillet because cleanup is a breeze. Now that we got it flattened out, I'm gonna go in with my beef fajitas and just layer them in here right on top. I opted for the pre-cooked versions to save on time, but if you wanna cook down your own skirt steak or flank steak, you can do that. And then once the steak is spread out, I'm gonna cover it with our fat-free cheddar cheese. And then now to make it Instagram worthy, I'm gonna go in with a spoon and create a couple divots. Do one right there, we'll do one right here. And then once those are created, I'm just gonna crack a large egg into each one like so. And bingo. All right, now this beauty is ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna toss it at 400 degrees for about 15 minutes or so. That'll make sure those eggs are cooked, cheese is melted, everything's working as intended. And while we're waiting on this to cook, we'll get to work on the second part of breakfast. And now for the second part of our breakfast, we'll be making anabolic French toast, one of the easiest, tastiest, simplest recipes you can make. Start by putting our egg whites in a large mixing bowl, follow that up with some cinnamon, a little vanilla extract, and some 0-calorie sweetener. Once all that's in here, we whisk it together. Then I'm gonna grab 4 slices of plain white bread, dip each one down in here, let it soak up our egg wash, bring it out, transfer it back to a plate, and I will rinse repeat till all of our bread has absorbed all of our mixture. And once it's soaked up, we're gonna toss our pieces down in a skillet, let them cook for a couple minutes each side, and that'll be all she wrote. Here we go, the ultimate fast breaker. So we got the breakfast skillet and we got the French toast. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, as much as I love both of these, this skillet, I know she's gonna be a banger. So I'm gonna get in here, get a little bite. Ooh, I'm gonna bust that egg yolk right there in the middle. Hash brown steak, oh my goodness. See how she is. Oh my God. This one takes a little longer to put together, but let me tell you, you take the time to make this, it's the best breakfast you'll ever have. The peppers, the cheese, the onion, the egg, it all combines together perfectly. And then obviously the French toast with sugar-free syrup is a staple. This is truly one that never gets old. Now, for my first meal of the day, what we have macro-wise in both of these meals together is 1,051 calories, 19 grams of fat, 117 grams of protein, 103 grams of carbs with 9 grams of fiber. So we're having over 1,000 calories. So all in all, this is a pretty big meal, but one that is a necessity if I'm trying to hit my protein and calorie goals, especially after missing an entire day of nutrition due to fasting. But personally, I love eating big meals, and I feel like this for me works perfectly. So what I'm gonna do is finish this up, run some errands, and I will see you guys at the second meal. Cheers, people. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are out running errands and I need a little something, a little snack. I didn't want to bring a meal with me. I didn't have too much to do. So what I'm going to go with today is a couple protein bars, more specifically the ANABOLIC. I am doing white chocolate cookies and cream and the new s'mores flavor, which sold out in 5 hours. If you missed that, I apologize. I'll be restocking soon. FinalBossFitness.com. Code RGF10 will save you 10%, and you can sign up for emails. It'll let you know when this stuff's back in stock. Look at that milk chocolate coating, bud. She's a keeper. Now I gotta compare it to the white chocolate cookies and cream. Now in their own right, they're both amazing. I gotta say personally, I'm a huge white chocolate fan, so maybe the white chocolate gets me a little more, but either way, they are both bangers. Can't go wrong with them. Now at the second meal, we have 560 calories, 22 grams of fat, 42 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fiber. Just a nice little snack to hold me over while I'm out and about. I got a couple more things to do, then we'll head home and have a massive dinner. See you soon. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is dinner time. This one that I'm making is perfect if you're cooking for multiple people or you're meal prepping, but since I have so many calories to eat, I'm gonna eat the entire thing. We are making anabolic cheesy enchiladas. This is stupid simple to put together, and if you have the cookbook, it is on page 84. We will start by browning a pound of extra lean ground beef in a large skillet. There we go. Then once the beef is browned, we're gonna dump in our diced green chilies, along with our garlic powder and chili powder. Now we're just gonna go in, stir everything together, get it nice and combined, and let it cook for a couple more minutes before we start building. Now that the beef's done and set off to the side, we need a large baking dish. What I'm gonna do is hit it with a little nonstick spray. Then I'm gonna go in with my red enchilada sauce and create a nice little layer in the bottom of our pan. And now we get to building. I'm gonna take my low carb, high fiber tortillas. I'm gonna sit one on a plate. Then we're gonna build. I'm gonna take a little bit of my enchilada sauce, get a little sauce right here in the bottom, put a nice little helping of our meat on there, follow it up with our fat-free mozzarella. And now I just want to roll it up, create a seam like so. And then very carefully, what I'll do is take this seam, flip this over like that, and sit it seam side down right into our dish. And if you take a look at this, we should be able to fit about 6 of our enchiladas right down in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead, keep building until this thing is full. So we got the fajitas officially built, but I have a little extra meat left over, so what I'll do is just kind of sprinkle this on top, spread it out a little bit. After that, I'll take my remaining enchilada sauce, do the exact same thing, kind of just spread it out a little bit. And the last thing, I'll take my remaining fat-free cheese and give it a nice spread on top. And there we go. This looks perfect. All I'm gonna do is toss this in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes, and she'll be ready for prime time. I'll see you soon. It is time for a fiesta, man. Get a load of this plate. Look at how stacked high that is with enchiladas. Got the melted cheese. We got 6 of them bad boys stacked on top. Once it finishes, you're gonna have that sauce down in the dish. You pour it on top and boom, you're left with a massive meal. Now, normally if I made this, I would take 2 of the enchiladas, split them into meal prep containers, get about 3 meals out of this for me. But since I need all these calories because I've been fasting, we got this big bad boy. I'm gonna get down here, get me a bite. I love it because the ends get a little crispy, but the middle is so soft. Ooh, yeah. Let's see if she's any good. This is hands down one of my favorite meals. Oh my goodness. If you look at it, cheese melts, it pulls right. Oh, we got us one. Now get this, in this entire meal, if you make it exactly how I did it, which you end up with for this whole thing is 1,664 calories, 36 grams of fat, 198 grams of protein, 137 grams of carbs, 75 grams of fiber. So yeah, 200 grams of protein, all that freaking fiber. We were putting ourselves in a great spot for the day right now. I'd have to look, I think I got like maybe 800 or so calories left. Jeez. We're gonna hit those regardless because all I gotta do is pull up my cookbook, scroll down through the recipes, find what sounds good, I just make that, and then we are good. I know it's got enough protein, I know exactly what's in it, the calories, the macros, I know how to make it, step-by-step instructions, everything I need is right in this book, which makes this whole dieting thing super easy. So if you wanna get the RJF cookbook in your pocket, check out the link in my description box below. You get it one time every time I drop a new video with a new recipe. The book is updated for free and you get it. Could be the best decision you ever made, man. I mean, I made the book and it's the best decision I ever made, so I use this thing every day. All right, guys, I'm gonna finish eating this, then I believe we will have a dessert of some sort, then I'll break down all the numbers, the macros, and show you exactly what we consume today. So hang around a little bit longer. I will see you guys soon. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I have not even finished digesting those dang enchiladas, and now we're already on to the final meal. Normally I'd probably eat a little bit later than right now, but I don't wanna lose this daylight. We are making a video. So right now, the final meal we are making is Fruity Pebble Donuts. This is one of my all-time favorite desserts, super easy to whip together, super filling, and honestly, anything with Fruity Pebbles gets an A+ in my book. If you have my cookbook, you will find this recipe on page 200. So we start by grabbing a large mixing bowl, weighing out our plain Greek Greek yogurt. Then we toss in a little white flour. We're gonna pair that with some coconut flour. We'll toss in a couple scoops of a vanilla-based whey protein powder. I'm rocking that Final Boss. Now we just need a little 0-calorie sweetener. And then finally, a little baking powder. Once everything is down in here, I just go in with a spoon, mix everything together. And as you can see, as we work it, it slowly starts turning into a dough. Now I'm just gonna grab a donut baking tray and go in and fill these molds with our batter. You really just wanna make sure it goes around the outside. You might have to use your fingers a little bit to get it down in there. Then once we got it filled, you can kind of go in, smooth it out, shape it a little bit. It'll obviously puff up as we bake it, and boom, that one's looking pretty good. Let me get the rest of these filled up. And there we go, we got our 5 donut molds filled. I'm gonna toss this in the oven, 350 for around 6 to 8 minutes. And while that's in there, we're gonna make our icing. Now the icing hack is easy. We start with our fat-free cream cheese in a bowl. We add a little bit of 0-calorie sweetener. Then we add a tiny bit of whey protein powder. Then we just go in with a spoon, and we're gonna wanna mash the cream cheese and really work everything together. It's one of those things where you're gonna be messing with it and you're gonna be like, I don't see the potential here, but after you do it for a minute, it'll slowly become creamy and just like an icing. Just pulled the donuts out of the oven. Check these little guys out. Nice, soft, fluffy, warm, just how we want them. So what I'm gonna do is get some of our protein icing like so and just spread it on top of our donut. That right there looks perfect. Then all I'm gonna do is dip it down, icing first into my bowl of weighed out Fruity Pebbles. Just move it around a little bit. Bada bing, bada boom. And when you lift it up, presto baby, we got a Fruity Pebble donut. Now all I gotta do is finish these up and we're gonna have ourselves quite the dessert. And here we go. Take a look at that and try not to get jealous. Ooh. We got 5 Fruity Pebble donuts. It's gonna hit the spot, give you some protein. Perfect way to end off the day. Let me do that one right there. Take a look at that soft, moist center. Doesn't get much better than this. Cool part about this recipe is if you have like a favorite cereal or topping, all you gotta do, make the icing, sprinkle whatever topping you want on it, and it's functionally different. If you're burnt on Fruity Pebbles, you can do it with Cocoa Pebbles, maybe you like Apple Jacks, maybe you're gonna use candy corn like a weirdo. Whatever you wanna do, you can do it. Now for my final meal of the day, which is all 5 of these donuts, what we have for the entire thing is 645 calories, 5 grams of fat, 76 grams of protein, 74 grams of carbs, 6 grams of fiber. So when I look at my overall daily totals, where I'm sitting on the day is 3,926 calories, 82 grams of fat, 433 grams of protein, 364 grams of carbs, 93 grams of fiber. Woo. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a lot of food. Like I've explained, basically what I'm doing on these days is I'm eating double. So if on a normal day, like I said, 200 grams of protein, 2,000 calories. If I'm skipping a day of eating, then on a day that I am eating, I'm going to double those numbers and hit it. So today we did just that. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I didn't want to lose the daylight, so I'm eating earlier than I normally do. Those enchiladas did not have enough time to digest. So I feel like these are gonna be sitting here next to me for a while I edit. It might take me a little bit to get them down, which ain't a problem, but these are also extremely filling. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how I've been eating when I've been doing these alternate day fasts. If you have any specific questions about anything to do with my protocol, leave them in the comment box down below. I will go through and reply to any that I see. A video like this is hard to cram in like all the information because I'm just showing you the nutrition. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. I will do my best to answer them, at least for the first day or so this video is up. And before I bounce out of here, one more thing. If you have been looking at turkesterone as a supplement and you have been unable to find it, and you've been hearing all the stuff about how it helps you build muscle, recomp, all that stuff without any of the crazy side effects that you get from traditional anabolics, well, Final Boss just came out with our own Turk, fully dosed, anabolic AF, and ready to go. FinalBossPharmacy.com, RGF10 will save you 10%. I still have yet to run a cycle of this, but I'm gonna do it and make a before and after video coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. Appreciate you guys, as always. If you wanna help out the channel, man, smash that thumbs up button, a comment down below, even if it's not a question, helps a ton. Subscribing, if you're not subscribed, helps. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, cookbook, link in description. I am out of here. Appreciate you guys, as always, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I will see each and every one of you at the next video. See you guys. Boom. We out, baby. Don't be jealous.